Go.
Well, this is the first story I ever told from a public stage. And I told it at the Monty back in 2013 or thereabouts. And I've only told it once since then. And it happens that Chris Weiss was in the audience that night. So he will be hearing this story yet again. In 1970, I joined the Coast Guard. And in my first week in boot camp, one day the drill, they weren't called drill sergeants, they were called company commanders, but the company commander had us all line up and stand at attention. And then this new person came in that we'd never seen before. And this guy says, everybody over 6 feet tall, 2 steps forward, put. And I took 2 steps forward, at which point I volunteered for the honor guard. Everybody over 6 foot was automatically in the honor guard. And one of the things about the honor guard is that every time anybody ever had any free time, the honor guard didn't. The honor guard was busy practicing what they did. The first thing they did to you when you got in the honor guard is they doubled the thickness of the soles of your shoes, so you'd be another inch taller. And they put steel plates on the soles of your shoes so that as you walked on asphalt or concrete, you made this tremendous racket. And the second thing they did was they upgraded your uniform, so it was a little spiffier. And then they taught you to take this 20-pound chrome-plated Springfield rifle with a steel plate welded to its butt and a sharp bayonet fixed on the other end, and spin that sucker around and march with it, and occasionally drop to your knees and fire a Queen Anne salute up in the air, obviously with a blank. And it all required tremendous coordination. And so I was very bad at it. As a matter of fact, our drill coordinator was named Seaman Day. And one time I was doing such a really bad job of spinning my rifle and banging it on the ground and marching in time that he said, and I apologize, but Seaman Day had a lisp. He said, "Seaman recruit Pearsall, are you trying to piss me off?" And to give you an idea into the depth of my perversity, without hesitating a second, I said, "Sir, no sir, Seaman Day, sir." And as a result, I ended up spending a week in disciplinary company. Well, when I got out of disciplinary company, I went back to spinning rifles and banging them on the ground. And eventually Seaman Day decided that I just wasn't good at that. And so he gave me a new assignment. I was going to carry the flag. Now, he drilled into me over and over and over again that as the carrier of the flag, I would have exactly 2 responsibilities. Responsibility number 1 was I am to never dip the flag no matter what. If a nuclear bomb goes off somewhere nearby, I'm not to dip the flag. The flag is to ride high at all times. The other thing that he taught me or insisted that I know was that my marching cadence set the cadence for all those poor people behind me, banging and twirling and spinning and tossing and throwing those rifles around. It was my cadence that set the cadence for the whole troop. And so I had to not dip the flag, and I had to keep perfect time, banging the backs of my steel-heeled shoes into the pavement. Bam, 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 bam. Well, one day, got word that we were invited to go to a place called Stone Harbor, New Jersey, to be in a parade. This is the first time I'd ever been in a parade, first time it had ever happened to me while I was in the Coast Guard. And so we all loaded in this bus and we went up to Stone Harbor, New Jersey. And we're all standing around with their rifles, or in my case, my flag. And they queued us up, get ready for this parade. And then along comes Ed McMahon on a big white horse. He was the grand marshal of the parade, and he assumed position at the very front of the parade, which meant that the tail of his horse was about 1 meter from me. And as soon as the parade started, it became apparent that Ed McMahon's horse was very sick.
Oh, no.
And so I was getting sprayed
Oh, no.
by this horse who was sending geysers and fountains of liquid poop in my direction. And so I had my mouth clamped shut and my eyes squinted shut and my nose closed to the extent that it was possible. Meanwhile, I'm trying to maintain perfect rhythm on an extremely slippery street. I'm watching poop drip off the flag. Poop is accumulating all up and down me. And I'm desperately trying to maintain rhythm and not dip the flag. And occasionally that horse would fire off a piece of solid material, which somehow didn't always bounce off. And this went on for a few lifetimes. And finally, the parade ended. And I'm standing there still at attention, still with the flag firmly grasped, with my face covered and my eyes and nose and mouth clamped as shut as I could get them. And then I heard a sound and I looked up and there's Ed McMahon walking back toward me with his hand extended like he's going to shake my hand. And he gets within 1 or 2 feet of me and he said, "Whoa, crap," and spun on his heel and walked away. And that is how I came within a meter of shaking hands with Mr. Ed.